I want your attention because tonight I am going to hand you something practical, predictable, and powerful. Write this down, please. I'm going to give you 7 principles to outgrow your last success. Not 7 feelings, not 7 motivational slogans, 7 laws, because success is predictable and failure is also predictable when you either obey or violate laws. Your greatest enemy is your last success. Comfort after a victory can become a cage. And some of you have mistaken a nest for a destiny. Say this with me. Success can sedate you. Eagles shed before they soar. Again, success can sedate you. Eagles shed before they soar. Why do I make you say it? Because your mouth educates your mind and your mind directs your habits. If you keep celebrating what was, you will bury what could be. You don't break laws, they break you. The law of the season does not consult your trophies. Ecclesiastes 3:1 says, to everything there is a season and a time, to every purpose under heaven. If you treat a season like a destination, it becomes a prison. What do you do when the trophy that once inspired you becomes the pillow that puts you to sleep? What do you do when the applause pays your rent but empties your soul? What do you do when the method that lifted you last year now weights you down like red feathers? What do you do when the congratulations have become anesthetic and the nest is padded with old feathers that itch? What do you do when your name is known but your edge is dull? Write this down, please. Success unmanaged becomes sedation. Sedation sabotages assignment. Hear me as a father and a teacher. Every test is temporary. Say it. Every test is temporary. And to everything there is a season, even the season of being celebrated. God is not intimidated by your awards, and he is not impressed by your press. He is committed to his image on you. He restores my soul. He leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Psalm 23:3. For his name's sake. The success of a product protects the reputation of the manufacturer. That's why the manual matters. Joshua 1:8 says, if you meditate on the law day and night and do what is written, you will make your way prosperous, and then you will have good success. Laws have no crisis. They work in recession. They work in revival. They work when you're trending. They work when you're forgotten. So tonight we move from sedation to elevation by law, not by luck. We're going to take the eagle out of the nest and into the renewal cycle God authorized. Isaiah 40:31 promises, they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. Mounting up is a law after renewal. No moat, no mounting, no shedding, no soaring. The eagle doesn't negotiate with gravity. It learns the currents and aligns. You cannot negotiate with the laws of the kingdom. You align and ascend. Let me set your expectation. I will give you 7 principles you can practice immediately. Solitude, shedding, skill, fresh diet, altitude, deployment, and discipline rhythms. These are not theories. They are keys. Keys do not care who holds them. They open for whoever knows how to use them. I am handing you keys so you can get out of the comfort cage and fly again for his name's sake. We will confront the applause that caged you, the habits that dulled you, and the methods that now mummify you. We will reposition you by law so your next assignment finds you fit, sharp, and light enough to ride the wind. Lift your voice and declare this with me. Success will not sedate me. I will shed and soar. Every test is temporary. To everything there is a season. Tonight I choose elevation over sedation, alignment over excitement, and I will outgrow my last success for his name's sake. Now get your pen ready. The nest time is over. The flight school begins. Say this with me. Success is predictable. Failure is also predictable. Again, with authority. Success is predictable. Failure is also predictable. Why? Because everything God created was designed to function by laws. Laws have no crisis. Gravity is not in a recession. Photosynthesis is not on strike. Seed time and harvest are not reading the headlines. The kingdom operates by principles that do not check your mood before they deliver your outcome. Write this down, please. You don't break laws, they break you. Complacency is not harmless. It is a violation of the law of growth, and every violated law carries a penalty called stagnation, decline, and eventual decay. What do you do when the confetti from your last celebration becomes the camouflage for your current decline? What do you do when your calendar is full of interviews about yesterday and empty of preparation for tomorrow? Stagnation is not mysterious. It is predictable, because neglect is predictable. If you stop feeding a fire, it will go out. If you stop sharpening a blade, it will dull. Ecclesiastes 10:10 says, if the axe is dull and it does not sharpen the edge, then he must use more strength. But wisdom brings success. That's law language. Work harder, sweat more, but without alignment to law, you will only exhaust yourself. The axe is not your enemy. Neglect is. Your last success is not the problem. Your decision to treat it like a destination is. To everything there is a season and a time, to every purpose under heaven. Ecclesiastes 3:1. Celebrate, yes, but celebration has an expiration date. If you stay in party season when the calendar has turned to pruning season, you convert joy into judgment. Say it with me. Every test is temporary. Seasons are assignments with boundaries. The law of seasonality means renewal must be scheduled, not hoped for. If you don't schedule your molt, nature will schedule your decline. Eagles do not wait for a feeling to shed. They obey a cycle. In the kingdom, cycles are safer than sensations. Write this down. Renewal by schedule beats revival by surprise. Joshua 1-8 gives us the operational manual for prosperity. This book of the law shall not depart from your mouth, but you shall meditate in it day and night, for then you will make your way prosperous, and then you will have good success. Notice the words day and night. Consistency over charisma, discipline over dopamine. Meditation is not mystical humming. It is mental rehearsal for obedient action. You don't become prosperous by wishing. You become prosperous by wiring your routine to the law. Say it softly to yourself. I schedule success by meditating and obeying daily for his name's sake. The manufacturer is protecting his reputation in you, but he only services what follows the manual. That is why prayer without principle produces frustration. You are asking God to bless what violates his own laws. Let me get in your business as a father. If your calendar ignores laws, your results will expose you. Write this down, please. Put growth, rest, and review on the calendar, or decline, fatigue, and drift will put themselves on your life. Growth. What are you studying this week that scares your gift? Rest. Where is your Sabbath boundary that offends your pride? Review. When is your weekly debrief where you audit results against principles? If there is no appointment, there will be no advancement. Don't tell me your priorities. Show me your schedule. If you keep dates with television and break dates with your future will break up with you. These are not demons. These are decisions. What do you do when profits are plateauing? Check your learning line, not just your bottom line. What do you do when your marriage feels stale? Check the law of attention. Love grows where energy flows. What do you do when your body is heavy and your mind is foggy? Don't rebuke calories. Respect the law of intake and sleep. Laws are no respecter of persons. They only respect alignment. You can speak in tongues at the gym and still be out of breath on the stairs. Take a deep breath. That's a deep statement. Alignment before adrenaline. So hear the bridge now. Outgrowing your last success is not a goosebump. It is a governed process. The eagle is our model, not because it is lucky, but because it is law-abiding. It schedules solitude. It submits to shedding. It selects fresh diet. It chooses higher currents. That is not emotion. That is engineering. We are going to open the manufacturer's manual and follow the authorized renewal cycle for his name's sake. Get ready, because when you align, results will follow like day follows night. Laws have no crisis. Let's learn them, love them, and live them, and we will mount up again. Open the manual. That's where we start. The manufacturer never sends a product without a manual, a warranty, and authorized service centers. Genesis 1:26 is your manual's opening line. Let us make man in our image after our likeness. Image means you carry the manufacturer's name and nature. Warranty language shows up again in Psalm 23:3. He restores my soul. He leads me in paths of righteousness For his name's sake, for his name's sake, he restores my soul. Write this down, please. The success of a product protects the reputation of the manufacturer. God is committed to restoring you, not because you are famous, but because his image is on you and his reputation is at stake in you. Say this with me. His name is on me. Again, with authority, his name is on me. That means renewal isn't optional. It's authorized and expected. A manufacturer does not weep when you bring a product in for service. They verify serial number and align you to specifications. Joshua 1-8 is the service protocol. Keep the law in your mouth and meditate day and night so you do what is written. For then you will make your way prosperous. That's called operating within specifications. Laws have no crisis. The warranty is honored when the product operates by the manual. Prayer is your service call. Obedience is your authorization code. Let me give you the picture God chose to mentor you. The eagle, Isaiah 40-31 declares renewal before altitude. The eagle retreats to high places, solitude away from the chatter. It sheds worn feathers, everything that increased drag in the last season. It rubs its beak on the rock until the old casing breaks away so a sharper instrument can emerge. It sharpens its talons, tools for grasping new prey. It chooses a fresh diet. What once filled it will now fail it. Then, aligned to the currents, it rides higher winds. That is not drama. That is design. Write this down. Renewal is intentional engineering, not inspirational emotion. Here is a critical distinction. Vision stays. Equipment changes. God doesn't upgrade your purpose. He upgrades your capacity. The assignment remains for his name's sake, but the tools are seasonal. Ecclesiastes 3:1 says, to everything there is a season. In one season, you use a sling. In the next, you need a sword. In one season, you use old feathers to cushion the nest. In the next, they become extra weight. Say it softly. I will not protect tools at the expense of purpose. The worst idolatry in leadership is worshiping methods God once used. Success is predictable when you keep the vision pure and keep the equipment current. Permit me a little humor to pierce your pride. Don't take a bag of old feathers to the warranty desk and say, fix these. The clerk will look at you and say, sir, ma'am, we don't service feathers. We service products. Bring the whole you to authorized service. Stop mailing God the scraps of last season and calling it repentance. Come yourself. Present your body a living sacrifice, Romans 12:1. It's also in the manual. Authorized service is called law's alignment with the manufacturer's specifications. Unauthorized tinkering voids warranties. You don't break laws, they break you. Now hear the hope and the charge together. Every test is temporary. To everything there is a season. The eagle's moat is a cyclical mercy embedded by the designer. That means your decline is not destiny. It is a notice to report for renewal. You are under warranty as long as you remain under the word. The king's reputation is on the line in your resurrection story. When you return to the manual, the manufacturer returns you to performance for his name's sake. Before we run to moat, let us hold up a mirror. Don't assume feathers on the ground equal transformation in the heart. Have you moated, or have you merely nested with new pillows and old attitudes? Have you retreated upward or just retreated into excuses? Say this with me. Clarity before climb. We are about to ask precise questions because clarity comes before altitude. The mirror is mercy. It will tell you if you're lighter or just lazier, sharper or just louder. Then, with the truth in our hands and the manual open, we will step into the authorized cycle and rise again for his name's sake. Now, hold the mirror steady and refuse to blink. Say with me. Clarity before climb. Don't panic. Every test is temporary. Awareness precedes altitude. Scripture commands this posture. Examine yourselves. 2 Corinthians 13:5. David prayed, search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and lead me in the way everlasting. Psalm 139:23-24. That is an audit. Write this down, please. Honesty is the first door to elevation. You cannot outgrow what you will not outface. So pen ready, here are your mirror questions. Write them word for word. Number 1, do I need applause to start? If your engine only turns when someone claps, You are not led by purpose. You are led by praise, and praise is a terrible pilot in storms. Number two, am I repeating methods I no longer respect? If your mouth mocks what your calendar still does, you have nested, not molted. Number three, what am I postponing because it offends my pride? Pride protects old feathers. Say this softly. I will not protect tools at the expense of purpose. Jesus said, no one puts new wine into old wineskins. Luke 5:37. New content demands new containers. New content. Laws have no crisis. They simply refuse to flow through what will burst. Next, the calendar check. Because your convictions are only as strong as your schedule. Don't tell me priorities, show me appointments. When did I last schedule solitude? Not strolling, not sulking solitude. Even Jesus rose a great while before day and there prayed. Mark 1:35, if the Son schedules solitude, what makes you an exception? When did I last schedule a skill upgrade? Ecclesiastes 10:10 says, if the axe is dull, you must use more strength, but wisdom brings success. Skill is a law, upgrade it. And when did I last schedule peer elevation? Iron does not sharpen foam. Iron sharpens iron. Proverbs 27:17. Lunch with admirers is not mentoring. Brunch is not bored. Write it down, please. Put solitude, skill, and sharpening on the calendar, or drift, dullness, and dependency will put themselves on your life. Environment scan, this is critical. Who surrounds me? Nest builders or sky breakers? Eagles don't flock. If you are always the smartest in the room, you are in the wrong room. He who walks with wise men will be wise, but the companion of fools will be destroyed. Proverbs 13:20. Do not be deceived. Bad company corrupts good character. 1 Corinthians 15:33. The law of environment is merciless. You don't break it, it breaks you. Write this down. Altitude selects attitude, and attitude selects associates. Some of you need to love people deeply and limit them strategically for his name's sake. Now, metric reality, because feelings make poor accountants. In the last 90 days, what have I shared? Name the habits, the methods, the meetings, the mindsets. If you cannot list them, you likely kept them. What new law or skill have I mastered? Not sampled, mastered. Which scripture have I obeyed into habit? Which tool has a new certification stamped on it? Which fear did I confront and convert into competence? Joshua 1:8 does not promise prosperity for memorizing alone, but for meditating day and night, so that you do according to all that is written. Evidence, not excuses. Take a deep breath. That's a deep statement. Heaven does not grade your intentions. It audits your obedience to help you. Here is a simple ledger for your next 90 days, 3 columns. Shared, study, sharpen. Shared, list 3 practices you will stop because they add drag. Study, 1 kingdom law you will internalize with chapter and verse, for example. Sabbath boundary, first fruits discipline, reconciliation process. Sharpen a concrete skill you will train until it becomes muscle memory. Tie each to dates and mentors. Why? Because seasons obey schedules. To everything there is a season. Ecclesiastes 3:1. And seasons respect those who respect time. Now breathe hope into this mirror. Say with me, every test is temporary. Again, every test is temporary. You are not condemned by awareness, you are commissioned by it. This audit is not to shame you, it is to align you. The manufacturer is not embarrassed when you return for service. His warranty is activated by specification obedience for his name's sake. Awareness is mercy. Alignment is mastery. Altitude is the result. We have looked in the mirror. We know what must be shared, what must be scheduled, who must be around us, and what must be measured. Now we move from diagnosis to design. Get ready. We will enter the 7 principles of the eagle's renewal cycle in practice. Solitude, shedding, skill, fresh diet, altitude, deployment, and discipline rhythms. Say it with me, clarity before climb. Now, with the manual open and the mirror telling the truth, we begin to ascend. Principle 1, solitude over applause, the law of withdrawal. Write this down, please. Leaders withdraw to review. Crowds celebrate your past, but silence reveals your next. Luke 5:16 says, but Jesus often withdrew to lonely places and prayed. Often, not occasionally, often. If the Son of God needed scheduled aloneness to execute an eternal assignment, what makes you an exception? The cheers of the crowd will fuel your ego, but only the chair in the secret place will fund your edge. Applause is a stimulant. Solitude is a strategy. Say it softly to yourself. Laws have no crisis. The law of withdrawal is not a mood, it is a method. Here's the calendar law. If it's not scheduled, it's not sacred. If it isn't on your agenda, it isn't in your life. Block a weekly 60 to 90 minutes for evaluation and prayer. Not drive-by devotion appointment with your manufacturer for authorized service. Jesus taught, when you pray, go into your room, shut the door, and pray to your Father who is in secret. Matthew 6:6. Shut the door means set a boundary. Location matters. Time matters. Boundaries matter. Write this down, please. Your future will not fight for your calendar. You must fight for it. Put it in ink. Same day, same hour, same chair. Title it, Renewal Appointment for His name's sake. Now, a noise fast. Attention is fuel. Stop burning it on distraction. Turn off the TV. Log out for an hour. Some of you can cast out devils, but you can't cast out notifications. Take a deep breath. That's a deep statement. You don't need more anointing. You need more attention. Psalm 46:10 says, be still and know that I am God. Stillness is not laziness. It is leadership. Isaiah 30:15 adds, in returning and rest, you shall be saved. In quietness and confidence shall be your strength. Your public weakness is often the invoice for your private noise. Say it with me. My alone time funds my public power. Again, like you mean it. My alone time funds my public power. Let me give you a tool, a simple solitude template. 30 minutes of prayerful stillness. 30 minutes of principle review. 30 minutes of decisive planning. Use 3 words: stop, start, strengthen. Stop. What one drain, one distraction, one demand will I cease this week? Identify it, announce it, and calendar to know. Start. What one law aligned practice will I begin? A chapter a day in Proverbs? A 5-minute skill block tied to Ecclesiastes 10:10, sharpening the axe before swinging? A reconciliation call obeying Matthew 5:24? Strengthen which habit, relationship, or gift will I reinforce? Add the rep, add the mentor, add the metric. Write this down, please. Small, scheduled obediences become great, sustained altitudes. Habakkuk 2:1 gives you the posture. I will stand at my watch and station myself on the ramparts. I will look to see what he will say to me. That's solitude language station. Watchful, expectant. Bring your Bible, your ledger, and your calendar. Ask 3 review questions. What honored the manual? What violated the manual? What must be adjusted for his name's sake? Then decide. Don't leave the quiet place with vibes. Leave with verbs. Schedule the stop, the start, and the strengthen right there. Remember Joshua 1-8. Meditate day and night so that you do. Meditation is rehearsal for obedience. Humor me for a moment. Some of you sleep with your phone like it's your spouse and treat the Holy Spirit like a distant cousin. Put the phone in airplane mode. Put your soul in alignment mode. The remote control is not a pacifier. It is a leash. Snap it. You are not a pet of popular culture. You are a product of the kingdom under warranty. Authorized service happens in secret. That's where the owner restores your soul for his name's sake. Why is this first? Because without strategic solitude, you will recycle old success instead of renewing strength. The crowd will keep booking you for who you were. The quiet will coach you into who you must become. Every test is temporary. Every season turns. Solitude lets you see the turn before the turn sees you. In the secret place, the Spirit will point to the feathers that are now creating drag. You will hear that method served you, now it's slowing you. You will sense that meeting flatters you, it does not further you. You will know that habit once protected you, now it imprisons you. So as a father, I charge you, before this day ends, set your weekly 60 to 90 minutes. Name it, guard it. Inform your team and your family. This is appointment with the King. When you keep that appointment, the nest will loosen its grip and the wind will find your wings. In solitude, you will see what to shed. No moat, no mounting. Retreat to renew altitude. Next, We're plucked by principle and shared what helped you last time, but will hurt you this time. Let's molt for his name's sake. Now we molt. Principle 2, the law of pruning. Write this down, please. Vision is permanent. Methods are temporary. Say it with me. Shared tools, not vision. Jesus stated the law plainly in John 15:2. Every branch that bears fruit, he prunes that it may bear more fruit. Notice he cuts what is working. Why? Because success at one level becomes weight at the next if it's not trimmed. What brought you here will bury you here if you refuse to shed it. Take a deep breath. That's a deep statement. Vision is why, methods are how. God protects the why, you must update the how. Ecclesiastes 3:1 says, to everything there is a season. Seasons demand different tools for the same purpose. David's vision was to deliver Israel. In one season it was a sling, in another it was a sword, in another it was a strategy for succession. If you marry a method, you divorce your future. Write it down, please. God doesn't upgrade your purpose, he upgrades your equipment. Laws have no crisis, methods do. When a method meets a new season, it must submit or snap. I'm coming for your sacred cows now. Holy habits that God used yesterday that you turn into idols today. Formats, titles, products, programs. That weekly meeting that once aligned the team but now anesthetizes them. Kill it. That title you demand people to call you because it filled a gap in your soul. Retired that product line that funded your breakthrough 5 years ago but now consumes budget and blocks innovation. Archive it. Write this down, please. Honor is not hoarding. You can bless what God used without keeping it on life support. Hebrews 12:1 says, let us lay aside every weight. Some things are not sinful, they're just heavy. Here's an analogy you will not forget. Orange juice is good, it's healthy, tasty, and even has vitamin C. But put orange juice in your car's gas tank and you will seize the engine. Why? Good substance, wrong system. Say that with me. Good substance, wrong system. Luke 5:37 warned us, no one puts new wine into old wineskins. You don't break laws, they break you. A method can be good in one season and destructive in another because the system has changed. Some of you are pouring quality content into containers God has retired, and you're blaming demons for what the laws of design are denying. So here is your decision. Test, simple, brutal, and liberating. If it does not multiply fruit now, it is weight, not yesterday now. By this my Father is glorified, that you bear much fruit. John 15:8. Fruit is present evidence, not nostalgic stories. Does this method still produce disciples, revenue, reach, and righteousness? Does it still feed the hungry, sharpen the team, and open doors? Or does it consume hours explaining itself while delivering less? Write it down, please. If I have to defend it more than it delivers, it's an old feather. Every test is temporary, and so are some of your tools. As a father, I want you to perform a stop doing ceremony. Schedule it. Invite your core team. Put the old formats, titles, and products on a list. Tell the story of how each served you give honor. Then pronounce a benediction. We bless you for getting us here. We release you so we can go there. Archive the assets. Store the documentation. Cancel the recurring subscriptions. Inform stakeholders with clarity and gratitude. Remove the link from the website. Box the banners. Delete the template. And yes, take one photo for history, then close the album. Say it with me. Honor the past. Unhook from it for his name's sake. The manufacturer's reputation is not in your methods. It is in your performance to spec. Joshua 1-8 still stands. Obey the manual and you will make your way prosperous. Obedience sometimes means ending what you enjoyed. Let me free you from guilt. Pruning is not punishment. It is proof you are fruitful. A gardener does not prune stumps. He prunes branches that grew. So lift your head. The cut is a compliment. Laws have no crisis. The law of pruning is working for you, not against you. When you shed, lift will return. When you shed, clarity will sharpen. When you shed, speed will surprise you. No molt, no mounting. And here is the bridge you must not miss. After the eagle pulls the old feathers, it doesn't leap immediately. It sharpens beak and talons on the rock. Shedding must be followed by sharpening. Write this down, please. Don't just stop, skill up. Ecclesiastes 10:10, if the axe is dull and he does not sharpen the edge, he must use more strength, but wisdom brings success. Next, we will sharpen the axe before we swing. You've honored the past, now prepare the edge for his name's sake. Principle 3, the law of competence, continuous skill. We've shed, now we sharpen. Ecclesiastes 10:10 says, if the axe is dull and he does not sharpen the edge, he must use more strength, but wisdom brings success. Say this with me. With skill, success comes quickly. Again, with edge in your voice. With skill, success comes quickly. Write this down, please. Upgrade your skill before you upgrade your stage. Stages magnify. They do not manufacture. If you ascend without sharpening, the lights will expose what laziness tried to hide. Laws have no crisis. A dull axe is a prayer request you created. Here's the first movement gap analysis. What does your next assignment require that your current skill set cannot yet supply? Name it. Don't say get better at leadership. That's vague. Say negotiation at the executive level. Don't say learn technology. Say data storytelling with dashboards. Don't say preach better. Say expository clarity with time-bound structure. Write this down, please. Vague desires don't train muscles. Name skills do. Now enroll tonight. A short course, a certification, a coach, a cohort. Proverbs 22:29 declares, do you see a man skillful in his work? He will stand before kings. Kings don't invite talented wishers. They summon proven skill. Second, budget your brain. Excellence has a receipt. If your credit card statement knows your coffee order, but not your curriculum, you are caffeinated, not competent. I love free. Free is a doorway, but mastery usually sends an invoice. Allocate a monthly amount to mastery books, courses, coaching, conferences where iron sharpens iron and fluff is not allowed after you tie to the king, tie to your mind. Daniel 6:3 says, Daniel distinguished himself because an excellent spirit was in him. Excellence is not a feeling, it is funded practice. Write this down, please. Your money and minutes reveal your masters. If entertainment owns your evenings and excuses own your mornings, mediocrity owns your results. Third, the after 5 p.m. rule. From 7 to 9 p.m. Upgrade your gift, not your Netflix algorithm. Your job is what they pay you to do. Your work is what you were born to do. Employment prepares you for deployment. Don't come home, collapse into a couch covenant, and then complain that purpose is late. Purpose didn't miss the appointment you did. Paul told Timothy, study to show yourself approved. 2 Timothy 2:15. That's a scheduled word. Block 2 hours, 5 days a week for focused reps, reading, drills, mock presentations, code tatters, design sprints, lesson plans, whatever sharpens your edge. Say it with me. I schedule my edge. Again, I schedule my edge. Fourth, build a feedback loop. Practice is greater than critique, is greater than iterate. Skill compounds when measured. Proverbs 27:23 says, know well the condition of your flocks. Track your reps and results. Record the talk, time the delivery. Count the conversions. Measure the accuracy. Grade the clarity. Then submit yourself to ruthless kindness mentors who love you enough to tell you the truth. Pay for the truth if you must. Cheap advice is expensive when it flatters. Write this down, please. Correction is a compliment to potential. Jesus at 12 increased in wisdom and stature. Luke 2:52. Increase implies metrics. Improve one variable each cycle. Tighten the intro. Strengthen the close. Refine the transitions. Simplify the slide. Then test again. Don't leave broke to vibes, a sign of the number. Let me press your spirit with hope and holy pressure. You can speak in tongues over a dull axe. It will still be dull. You can post about grind. The blade does not scroll. But if you honor the law of competence, doors will open without you knocking. He will stand before kings. Joshua 1-8 still governs the pathway. Meditate day and night so that you do what? Execute with increasing precision until excellence is predictable. For his name's sake. The manufacturer's reputation is not defended by your slogans. It is displayed by your specifications, accuracy, reliability, efficiency. As a father, I assign you a 30-day edge plan. Choose one name skill. Enroll tonight. Block 7-9 p.m. 5 nights a week. Invest a fixed amount in materials. Line up one mentor for bi-weekly critique. Create one measurable KPI. At the end of 30 days, you will not merely feel sharper, you will be measurable steel. And remember, this bridge we sharpen with substance. What you study must be fresh. Old diet breeds old decisions. Next, we will change the menu so your mind can make new moves for his namesake. Now we change the menu. Principle 4, the law of intake, fresh diet. The eagle does not graze on corpses. It hunts fresh prey. Why? Fresh prey has enzymes, energy, and edge. Stale meat weakens muscles. Write this down, please. Champions consume fresh ideas. Stop living on yesterday's leftovers. Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds from the mouth of God. Matthew 4:4. Proceeds, present tense. God is still speaking through his word, through laws, through mentors. If your mind eats old bread, your decisions will be moldy. Say it with me. New diet creates new decisions, and new decisions create new dimensions. Again, with conviction, new diet, new decisions, new dimensions. Hosea 4:6 says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Not lack of shout, not lack of enthusiasm, lack of knowledge. Laws have no crisis. The law of intake is merciless. You become what you consistently consume. If you feed on outrage, you live in anxiety. If you feed on fluff, you ship fluff. Philippians 4:8 gives you a menu: true, noble, just, pure, lovely, of good report. If there is any virtue, any praise, think on these things. That is a content curation law. You don't break laws, they break you. Take a deep breath. That's a deep statement. So let's do a media audit. Write this down, please. Replace opinions with originals. Replace summaries with sources. Replace noise with manuals and mentors. News cycles monetize your emotion. Manuals upgrade your execution. Cut the endless panel shows that argue about people who never paid your bills. Open primary sources, industry reports, financial statements, case studies, the actual policies, the standard operating procedures. Proverbs 18:15 declares, the heart of the prudent acquires knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeks knowledge. Seek it at the source. And mentors go from anonymous critics to accountable coaches. Stop letting algorithms disciple you. Let the authorized voices refine you for his name's sake. Here is a daily protocol. Write this down, please. The 30/30. 30 minutes reading, 30 minutes note to action. Not skimming, studying. The Bible, 1 Joshua 1-8, is still the operating manual. Meditate day and night so that you do. Then a law-aligned text for your assignment. A chapter from a classic in your field. A white paper, a technical manual, a biography of someone who mastered your mountain. Immediately convert notes to actions. One decision, one adjustment, one scheduled experiment. Notes without moves are napkins. The word without works is dead expression. James 2:17. Schedule your due. Put it on the calendar before the day steals your conviction. Now, appetite retraining. Some of you have been eating candy content, sweet, quick, and empty for 7 days. I want you to fast from idle commentary. Replace it with the manual and one master text. Watch what happens to your peace and precision. Isaiah 55:2 asks, why spend money on what is not bread and your labor on what does not satisfy? Your screen budget is buying what starves you. Redirect the spend. Buy the course. Subscribe to the journal. Pay to enter the cohort where questions are answered, not just asked. Success is predictable when you fund your future. Circle curation. This is diet by association. Proverbs 13:20 again. He who walks with wise men will be wise. Join one room each month where you are the least informed. That's right. Pay for discomfort. Sit where your vocabulary is a freshman and your questions feel clumsy. Altitude by association. Iron does not sharpen foam. Proverbs 27:17. Take the notes. Ask the dumb question, smile, learn, then return to your lane and apply with humility. Write this down, please. Exposure is a meal. Eat rooms that stretch you. Humor me. Clap your hands right where you are. You're changing your appetite. Some of you have more loyalty to your favorite talk show than to your own destiny. Break that covenant. Your job is what they pay you to do. Your work is what you were born to do. Employment prepares you for deployment, and deployment requires a different diet. Romans 12:2 says, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Renewing is present continuous. Keep pouring in what elevates, not what agitates. For his name's sake, as a father, here is your 1-4-day intake plan. Every morning, 15 minutes in Proverbs, 15 minutes in your field's primary source. Every evening, 30/30, read, then write, and schedule one action. Replace one opinion show with one mentor session per week, and once this month, enter the room where you are the least informed register tonight. New diet will create new decisions, and new decisions will open new dimensions. Your perspective arrives with your portions, which sets the bridge. Diet shapes sight. Next, we will change your altitude, because where you fly determines what you see. Laws have no crisis. Adjust the menu, and the mountains will move. Principle 5, fly higher, see farther, the law of environment. Write this down, please. Change your environment, and your environment will change you. Environment is prophetic. Where you sit predicts what you see, and what you see predicts what you say. Set your mind on things above, not on things on the earth. Colossians 3:2. If your seat is low, your speech will be low. If your altitude is high, your attitude will follow. Say this with me. Altitude selects attitude. Eagles don't flock. Chickens do. Take a deep breath. That's a deep statement. If you keep looking for the crowd, you'll keep settling for crumbs. Proverbs 13:20 says, he who walks with wise men will be wise. 1 Corinthians 15:33 warns, bad company corrupts good character. That is an environmental law. You don't break laws, they break you. Write this down, please. Curate peers who confront your comfort and celebrate your growth. If your circle only claps your old stories, you are in a museum, not a movement. Find a ridge where the thermals rise, rooms where discipline is normal, excuses are foreign, and results are expected for his name's sake. Pilot wisdom for the storm. Listen carefully. In turbulence, a trained pilot does not panic. He goes back to basics and climbs, aviate, navigate, communicate in that order. Maintain control, trust the instruments, then talk. When visibility is low, you do not follow your feelings. You fly by instruments. Joshua 1-8 is your instrument panel. Meditate day and night so that you do. Laws have no crisis. When the market shakes, climb to principle. When friends flake, climb to principle. When metrics dip, climb to principle. Elevate above the weather where the air is thinner, the noise is lower, and the horizon is clear. Now, boundaries. Some people are addicted to your old version. They loved you, dependent, distracted, and available on demand. Jesus, in Mark 5, put the mourners out before he raised the girl. Abraham did not hear. Lift up your eyes and look until after Lot separated. Genesis 13:14. Separation preceded revelation. Write this down, please. Access is stewardship. Limit access to your low past so your high future can breathe. Change seats at the table. Change floors in the building. Change the thread you entertain. Some of you need a no-fly list for complainers, gossipers, and nostalgia salesmen. Honor them, bless them, but don't let them board your next altitude. Let me be fatherly and firm. Schedule elevation. Number 1 place. Choose one weekly high place where you think and plan. A library, balcony, a quiet office, a literal hill. Psalm 61:2. Lead me to the rock that is higher than I. Number 2, people, every month, sit with one person whose normal intimidates your excuses. Pay for the coffee, pay for the counsel. Number 3 policy, install a gate on your calendar. No unscheduled drains, only mission-aligned meetings. Number 4 practices, begin your day above the feed. Scripture first, strategy second, then scream. Write this down, please. If you begin low, you live low all day. Say this with me out loud. My future is allergic to low places. Again, like you mean it. My future is allergic to low places. Isaiah 40-31 promises, they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. Mount up, rise. Your renewed diet has primed your vision. Your renewed environment will protect it. I grew up where roaches held conventions, but I chose rooms where vision held me accountable. Environments are incubators. Change the incubator and you change the birth weight of your next season. Success is predictable. Failure is also predictable because environments are law-based. The manufacturer designed you for heights. He raised us up and seated us together in heavenly places in Christ Jesus, Ephesians 2-6. That's position language. Live from your seat, not from your street. For his name's sake, the success of the product protects the reputation of the manufacturer. He is invested in your ascent. So climb, curate, close the door on the low, open the window to the high. Every test is temporary. Storms pass faster when you're above them. Here is the bridge to your next move. Altitude clarifies assignment. From higher ground, you don't just see jobs, you see work. Your job is what they pay you to do. Your work is what you were born to do. Employment prepares you for deployment. With altitude set, you will locate the runway of your true gift and land on purpose. Next, we will deploy the gift beyond the job. But for now, say it one more time. Altitude selects attitude, and I choose higher for his name's sake. Principle 6. The law of deployment. We've climbed, now we carry. Write this down, please. Prosperity is in deploying your gift, not defending your position. Say it with me. My job is what they pay me to do. My work is what I was born to do. Again, strong. My job is what they pay me to do. My work is what I was born to do. A man's gift makes room for him and brings him before great men. Proverbs 18:16. Rooms open for gifts, not titles. Positions can be given and taken. Work is born and deployed. Employment prepares you for deployment. The paycheck is not your promise, it is your practice field. Use the job to finance the gift. Don't let the job replace the gift. Paul made tents to fund his mission, Acts 18:3. That was employment serving deployment. Joseph managed Potiphar's house and a prison yard before he managed Egypt. Each post was rehearsal for purpose. Laws have no crisis. The law of deployment states, until your gift is working, your prosperity is waiting. Matthew 6:33 gives the order of ascent. Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added. Added to what? To your alignment and activity. When you seek and serve with your gift, things look for you. For his name's sake. Now, an after-hours assignment from 7 to 9 p.m. Stop defending a position and start deploying a solution. Don't wait for a check. Look for a chance. Your gift is a service system. Build it weekly. If you're a teacher, run a Saturday masterclass for struggling students. If you're a strategist, volunteer one evening a week to design a growth plan for a local nonprofit. If you're a communicator, serve the children's church and craft 10-minute messages until clarity becomes automatic. If you're a developer, ship a small tool that saves people 10 minutes a day. Write this down, please. Demonstration precedes compensation. David didn't invoice for killing lions and bears. He demonstrated, and Goliath was the paid engagement. Clap your hands. That's a business plan in the Bible. Money follows solutions. People don't pay you for hours, they pay you for answers. So map the value path. Number 1, who is hurting? Name your person with painful precision. Number 2, what pain do you remove? State the problem as they feel it. Number 3, what promise do you deliver? Define the tangible outcome. Number 4, what proof do you possess? Gather testimonies, prototypes, case studies. Number 5, what path will you guide them through? Create a simple step-by-step process. Proverbs 22:29 declares, do you see a man skillful in his work? He will stand before kings. Kings pay for clarity, not confusion. Write this down, please. Package your gift so value is visible. Listen to a father. Stop negotiating for titles. Start negotiating for outcomes. Stop updating your resume. Update your results. Build a one-page offer. Pilot it with 5 people this month, free or low fee, on the condition of honest feedback and a testimonial. Document the before and after. Install a simple system. Calendar slots, intake form, delivery checklist, follow-up survey. Open a separate account for the gift. Let purpose have its own bank. Tithe, then reinvest equipment, software, a coach. Joshua 1-8 still governs. Meditate day and night so that you do. Not so that you feel inspired, but so that you execute consistently. Let me reframe your fear. A layoff is not a burial, it's a birthing room. Crisis incubates creativity and forces deployment. Sweet are the uses of adversity. When the system pushes you out, the kingdom pulls you in. The manufacturer put his name on you. He is committed to restoring you to specification. He leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Psalm 23:3. Because his reputation is tied to your performance, he adds supply to your assignment. But he funds movement, not murmuring. Write this down, please. God waters seeds, not wishes. Say it again with me. Employment prepares me for deployment. My gift solves pain. My prosperity is predictable. Laws have no crisis. As you deploy, expect things to be added. Clients you didn't call, rooms you didn't book, resources you didn't chase. But here the bridge. Adrenaline bursts, launches, rhythms build ladders. Next, we will lock this deployment into seasons and keys, schedule obedience, not excitement, so your ascent is sustained for his name's sake. Now we lock it. Principle 7, the law of rhythm, keys, and seasons. Write this down, please. Rhythms and rules, not adrenaline, create sustained ascent. Jesus said in Matthew 16:19, I will give you the keys of the kingdom. Keys imply specificity. A car key doesn't open your front door. You can shout at a locked door, it won't move, but the right key turns without sweat. Say it with me. Outcomes are unlocked by specific keys. Laws have no crisis. You don't break laws, they break you. When you know which key opens which door, effort drops and results rise. So what are the keys? Honor is a key that opens access. Excellence is a key that opens kings. Proverbs 22:29. Diligence is a key that opens rulership. Proverbs 12:24. Generosity is a key that opens provision. Give and it shall be given to you. Luke 6:38. Obedience is a key that opens prosperity. Joshua 1-8. And peace is a key that guards increase. Philippians 4-6-7. Write this down, please. Pray, then reach for the right key. Stop jiggling knobs with noise. Insert principles with precision. Success is predictable. Failure is also predictable. Now the daily rhythm, your law time. 3 words: meditate, model, measure. Joshua 1-8 is your instrument panel. This book of the law shall not depart out of your mouth, but you shall meditate in it day and night. For then you will make your way prosperous, and then you will have good success. Meditate, put the law in your mouth and mind. Model, practice the law in a small, repeatable way today. Measure, track the output to confirm alignment. Discipline beats dopamine. Adrenaline is a sprint. Rhythm is a system. Schedule a 4 or 5 minute law block daily. 15 to meditate the word concerning your assignment. 15 to model 1 move, draft, call, design, rehearse. 1-5 to measure 1 metric. Say with me, I schedule obedience, not excitement. Seasons now, Ecclesiastes 3-1. To everything there is a season. Seasons decide strategy. Write this down, please. Quarterly molting. Every 90 days. Schedule a 2-hour summit with yourself and your core team. 3 buckets: shed, sharpen, scale. Shed, what methods? Meetings or offerings? Await now. Prune them. Sharpen. Which single skill must increase to meet the next level? Fund it. Scale. Which activity is bearing much fruit? Systematize and multiply it. Don't wait for pain to force change. Let seasons schedule change. Every test is temporary, but rhythms make victories permanent. Flow laws keep provision circulating. Proverbs 11:24-25 says, there is one who scatters, yet increases more. The generous soul will be made rich. Create a giving rhythm that is strategic, not sporadic. Tithe to the king, that's honor. Then sow where you are fed, that's gratitude. Then invest where you are called, that's alignment. And serve with your gift weekly, that's circulation. Write this down, please. Stagnation is a flow problem. Open the valves, give, serve, sow. Laws have no crisis. Rivers don't panic, they flow. KPIs, because what you don't measure, you'll mythologize. Track 4 dashboards weekly. Number 1, hours in the gift. How many focused logged hours did you deploy your actual work, not just your job? Number 2, skills mastered. 1 name micro skill per month. Checked by demonstration, not desire. Number 3, environment upgraded. 1 room, mentor, or community that raised your ceiling, logged exposure. Number 4, value created. Define it for your assignment. Clients served, students advanced, problem solved, revenue generated, souls discipled. Count the fruit now, not the feelings. Proverbs 27:23. Know well the condition of your flocks. Knowing well is counting well. Let me be fatherly and firm. Put it on the calendar before your feelings negotiate. Daily, 4 or 5 minute law block, meditate, model, measure. Weekly, 2-hour flight check, review KPIs, adjust keys. Monthly, generosity target, set an amount and an assignment for your seed and service. Quarterly, molting summit, shared, sharpened scale. Annually, a 3-day reset with the manual and your metrics. Confirm alignment for his name's sake. Write this down, please. Momentum is manufactured by meetings you keep with destiny. Say this with me, strong and slow. I schedule obedience. Momentum is my ministry. Again, louder. I schedule obedience. Momentum is my ministry. The manufacturer's name is on you. He restores your soul and leads you in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Psalm 23:3. Paths, plural, are rhythms. Keep to the path and you will keep your altitude. Stay with the laws and the laws will carry you through storms. This is how you move from a sedated success to a sustained ascent. Keys in hand, seasons on the calendar for his name's sake. Now we activate the plan, decide, schedule, declare, then let the laws do what laws do. This is the 30-day Eagle upgrade authorized by the manufacturer whose name is on you. He restores my soul. He leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Psalm 23:3. Paths imply steps, and steps produce altitude. Every test is temporary. To everything there is a season. Ecclesiastes 3:1. This is your season to molt on purpose and mount up with wings as eagles. Isaiah 40:31. Write this down, please. Motion multiplies grace. When you move lawfully, laws move you. Week 1, solitude, setup, and shedding list. Schedule a daily appointment with God and your assignment 45 to 60 minutes, same place, same time. Jesus said, when you pray, go into your room, shut the door. Matthew 6:6. Shut the door on applause and nostalgia. Build a high place, a chair that faces clarity, a table with only the manual, Joshua 1-8, a notebook, and your metrics. In that space, conduct a rootless audit. Have I molted or just nested? Write everything that must stop now. Methods, meetings, mindsets, and even mantras that kept you celebrated but stagnant. Hebrews 12:1 says, lay aside every weight. Now stop doing ceremony, put the list on paper, sign and date it, write for his name's sake at the bottom. Read each item aloud, bless what it produced, then release it, tear it up and trash it. Take a deep breath, that's a deep statement. You cannot carry old feathers into new winds. What brought you here will bury you here if you refuse to shed it. Week 2, enroll in 1 skill, start the 30/30 diet, and upgrade 1 room you sit in. Success is predictable, failure is also predictable. Ecclesiastes 10:10 already told you, with skill, success comes quickly. Name 1 skill your next assignment demands. Enroll tonight and pay the fee. Excellence has a receipt. Begin the 30/30 rhythm. 30 minutes in the Word and 30 minutes in a master text for your field. Then convert notes to 1 scheduled action. Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds. Matthew 4:4. Preceding words produce preceding works. Then change your environment. Clean the desk. Add proper light. A whiteboard. A chair that tells your spine you are on assignment. Altitude selects attitude. Your room is a runway. Write this down, please. Prepare a seat for the future you every day. Week 3. Launch a micro deployment. Serve 5 people with your gift this week, free or low fee, with a clear promise and a simple path. Your job is what they pay you to do. Your work is what you were born to do. Employment prepares you for deployment. A man's gift makes room for him. Proverbs 18:16. Create a one-page offer. Open 5 calendar slots. Use an intake form. Deliver with discipline and gather feedback, before and after notes, and 1 testimonial per person. Demonstration precedes compensation. Luke 16:10 says, he who is faithful in what is least is faithful also in much. Faithfulness is a system. Offer, deliver, document, improve. Send your work to 1 mentor for correction. Pay for truth if you must. Correction is a complement to potential. Week 4, review KPIs, schedule quarterly molting, and adjust boundaries. Proverbs 27:23, know well the condition of your flocks. Count the hours in your gift. Confirm 1 micro skill mastered. Log the room or mentor that raised your ceiling. And total value created, problem solved, students advanced, revenue generated, souls, disciple. Put the numbers in writing. Now set a date for your next quarterly molting summit. Shed, sharpen, scale, and put it on the calendar before your feelings negotiate. Finally, adjust your environment. Install a no-fly list for low places and low talk. Restrict unscheduled drains. Widen access to high counsel. Abraham lifted his eyes only after Lot separated. Genesis 13. Separation precedes revelation. Keep your giving and serving flowing. Give and it shall be given to you. Luke 6:38. Rivers don't panic, they flow. Now lift your voice with me. Declaration, seal decisions. Say it. Every test is temporary. Again, every test is temporary. Say it. Seek first the kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added to me. Matthew 6:33. Say it for his name's sake. Say it. Success is predictable when I honor laws. Say it. I schedule obedience. Momentum is my ministry. Laws have no crisis. You don't break laws. They break you so aligned, and they will carry you. Final charge, fatherly and firm. Choose 1 thing to shed, 1 skill to sharpen, 1 mentor to meet, 1 room to join, and 1 act of deployment today. Write it down now, Habakkuk 2:2. Write the vision, make it plain. Put a date and a time beside each. Send the email. Buy the course, book the room, text the mentor, open 5 slots, then watch the manufacturer honor his warranty. Then you will make your way prosperous, and then you will have good success. Joshua 1-8. Decide, schedule, declare, then let the laws do what laws do. Mount up, leader. I'll see you at sustained altitude for his name's sake.